Whoa! It's the illusion reporting from somewhere on spaceship Earth. Yeah, I've been on a little bit of hiatus. Been sort of letting things suss themselves out. As we concede, there is a tide change going on. The tidal change is occurring. The narrative is falling apart. The champ has spoken. Look, when the champ, Kelly Slater, has finally spoken about this. I've heard rumors that he's a diamond soul holding the line, but he has finally gone public. And look, I couldn't be any more stoked to see the champ has gone public on this whole deal. Personally, I'm not a big fan of surfers. I think surfers are pretty much worthless lot of people, and they're pretty soft and pretty cucked and pretty status quo and pretty all about themselves. But the champ has spoken. The GOAT, the greatest of all time. What is Kelly Slater? 11-time world champ. So you got Slater has spoken. You've got Kyrie Irving has spoken. We've got the Serbian Australian Open champ has spoken after and being willing to be deported about all this stuff. So what does the champ have to say? Let's see what the champ has to say. The message from the champ. Oh, it is hard biting. Kelly Slater. Maybe Stockholm Syndrome can now change its name to Melbourne, Australia Syndrome. Laughing, crying emoji. It's sad to see the celebrated division by the virtuous sauced. If you're sauced, why are you concerned, worried about anyone else's status? Unless, of course, it doesn't protect you. Or you're scared you'll catch it or upset. You had to take the risk of saucing yourself. So much brainwashed hatred in people's hearts, regardless of their sauce status. Wow, dude. Look at that. That is a pretty heavy statement coming out of Kelly Slater right there. Heavy statement coming out of Kelly Slater. Super heavy statement coming out of Kelly Slater, man. Look, this is a global surfer. He's got big ties to Australia. The dude's out. Good for him. Good for Kelly Slater. Bravo to you. Finally, a surfer has stood up that should. All the other weak surfers who have been pulling the status quo narrative, typical. But the GOAT has spoken. The GOAT has come and spoken. Now, you can say what you want. Kelly Slater's had his time in the sun. Kelly Slater has done his deal. Dude, it's the GOAT. The guy's like 11-time world champion. And you go, well, it's surfing, man. It's just surfing. Yeah, but this is beginning a roll call of great athletes that aren't willing to subject themselves to the sauce. Oh, let's not forget about the football guy. Whatever his name is, Buck Rogers. Buck Rogers didn't take the sauce either. So you have the dribbler, Kyrie, who's like, I spend most of my time being a human. His statement that he just released at that press conference about him being a human being most of the time and not a basketball player all the time was beautiful. Beautiful. And so what? That's 3 major sports where the best in the game aren't playing ball, literally, or aren't playing boards. They're not going to do it, dude. And good for these guys. Good for these guys. And look, it's I think the key part of this whole thing, so much brainwashed hatred in people's heart, regardless of the status. Look, that's the key line of it all. That hatred in the heart, regardless of the status, that goes for all the unsauced who are like good about to sit here and gloat about it. There's nothing to gloat about. This is an ungloatable situation that has occurred to the world population for the last 2 years. Wherever you stand on the thing, this is a diabolical schism that's occurred on spaceship Earth. So we need to be loving and kind. I think we need to be loving and kind. But the hottest is he does like 3 lines before sort of slam that in the face with his little crying face laughing emoji guy, dude. So it's sad to see the celebrated division by the virtuous sauce. I mean, that's a pretty gnarly sting. So, and we got the UK is pulled out. Ireland is pulled out of this nonsense. Be wary though, dude. That's why I've been quiet for a little bit here, because I don't want to come in early and say that anything good's coming of this, because the global agenda is brilliant. Anytime these globalist fat cats decide to do what they do, is like, what are they really doing? So I don't know if I truly think that there's any sort of relief going on, because Austria just the other day voted, I believe it's mandatory saucing by March 1st. So whatever the champ isn't going to Austria either. But this is what I think that this signifies with someone like Kelly Slater, the Buck Rogers dude, the Kyrie Irving guy, and the Serbian racket pro. Is the best in the world don't want to touch this, dude. The best in the world don't want to touch this. And these people know exactly what them going public with this means. This means they're barred. They're banned. Not a muss, dude. And that's what it's going to take for all of us. And again, it doesn't matter where you are in this thing. Is if I don't care how much sauce you have coursing through your veins, it's not too late to stand up for the children. This is about the children. Nothing more. Kelly Slater's, 54, dude? His time in the sun's come. He's doing this for the children. We all need to do this for the children. This is madness. This is madness, what's going on. We know this. The champs know it. And it's time to take a stand. And again, just because you have the sauce coursing through your veins doesn't mean that you're unable to stand up for truth and justice. Just because you got conned, just because you got played, just because lies have been just ramming from all directions, doesn't mean that you don't. It's like how do you stop the African prince scam? You just admit that you got scammed. That's how you beat this thing. If you're deep into the bunny hole in this thing and you want to get out of this thing, just admit you got played. It's okay. It's okay. Their game is super good. Like, they're really good at conning people. This has been the world's best magicians, spellcasters, con jobbers, liars, cheats have been working together to convince you to inject their poison into your beautiful body, dude. So the champ has spoken. The champ has spoken. And brutally so, dude. I mean, his statement's brutal, dude. I mean, this is Kelly Slater, dude. He's a reasonable dude. This isn't some fringe element, dude. This is a pretty, hardwired mainstream surfing cat, dude. This dude just put it all on the line, man. Kelly Slater, quote, maybe Stockholm Syndrome now can change its name to Melbourne, Australia Syndrome. Wow. It's sad to see the celebrated division by the virtuous sauce. If you're sauced, why are you concerned or worried about anyone else's status? Unless, of course, it doesn't protect you, or you're scared you'll catch it, or upset you had to take the risk of saucing yourself. So much brainwash hatred in people's heart, regardless of the status. Look, man, plenty of people did what they needed to do for all the right reasons. Plenty of people did this because of peer pressure, and that is the weakest of all reasons. But you can come back from this. You can come back from this, but you got to make a stand now. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's like, at least come in at the 11th hour and be like, yeah, because the rest of us who have been sitting here for 2 years now, going, this is a con, this is bad news, this is horrifying. Don't do it. Don't play along. Don't comply. Don't sauce. Don't do this. There's a better way to live your life. We don't need to rub your nose in it, man. We love you. We understand. The brainwashing has been severe. The mental attack has been undeniably brutal, especially if you didn't have a strong spirituality, a strong family, a strong heart, and a conviction to rise above the corporate status quo of the most evil, warmongering, destructive corporations the planet has ever seen. I mean, I don't know how you get conned by that, but hey, it happens. It happens, right? So, bravo the champ! Bravo the champ. I'm super pumped on the champ, dude. Good for him. Good for him. The first surfer I've seen in years that I have any respect for. Kelly Slater just reignited my love for the dude. I've always been a big fan of his surfing. I've bumped into him around Malibu a couple times. He's always seemed like a mellow dude. And I'd never gotten a bad vibe from the dude. Though his thing with Big Doom wasn't that cool. But, well, look, bygones be bygones. Bygones be bygones because, you took a stand. And for that, my hat is off to you, champ, and all the other athletic champs who have stood up, man. Good for you. So don't waver now, people. Diamond Souls, hold the line. Ugh. All right, it's the illusion. We're out. We're getting a new thing. I've got a Rumble account going over there. Go to the High Frequency Tribe Telegram. There's a link for the Rumble account. Anyone there will get it to you, dude. We're going to start moving our operation over there a little bit, or at least posting there more regularly. So that's it. We're out. Bye. Take care. Use the name tags.